Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm Sandra Younger, inventor of a cord knotting and design tool called the Knotty-Do-It-All. And on this show, everything is about stringing material. Today, we have this fantastic project. It's very quick. It's actually very easy. It was a customer request by Sarah in North Carolina, and it is called the Herringbone macrame. I think it's some kind of macrame. But if I finish this early, because it's such an easy lesson, we might have like a double feature, because while I was trying to figure out how to do this one, I stumbled upon something else, which was a really just a different. It's macrame, but because I kid you not, there are like hundreds, maybe even thousands of different macrame stitches, and I just like came up with another one. I mean, I didn't come up with it. I'm sure it's somewhere out there, but I figured out how to do it, and it actually looks really interesting, and I'll show it to you in just a bit. If you're new here, you can ask questions and leave comments down below, and let me know where you're watching from, because I'm always like really curious to see which states or which countries people are tuning in from. It's always really interesting to me. Anyway, we're going to get to the products on today's show, and then we'll do the customer slideshow, and then we'll get to the project. So here are the products that are on today's show. All right, guys, I tell you, it was so hard for me to pick. It was just terrible, because I wanted to use everything. I mean, if I had used everything, it would have been like a 3-hour show, because everything was just like beautiful. These are Brazilian Amazonite, and they have like a trans, like, I don't know how to explain it. Let me see if I can show you here. It's like it's really cool, like a transparent. They're not cloud. I don't know what the word. They've got they're luminous. I don't know. When I see like a bead like this, it's one of the things I look for to see. Like it just has like a real pretty like color to it. Because most Amazonite that I've seen, it's like very like opaque, but these kind of like. Let me. If you hold them up to the light, I mean, you can see that light goes through them. So they're really like pretty beads, and I think that they look good braided, macrame, knotted with spaces in between. I mean, these are like you can't go wrong. And then see, so you know what I thought about making? Oh, that was what I was showing you earlier. Was this? I was gonna do this project. Let me backtrack. It was this stitch here, and this is a bracelet, and that was going to be today's project. But this is like a variation of a project that I did a while back, and that I was going to do that, but then Sarah sent me the request, and then it used the large hole beads, so I had to kind of change things up a bit. But I really like these. And then next. Oh my goodness, this was another thing, the iolite. These are like absolutely beautiful. They're faceted. Let me see if I can give you show you. This picture does not do them justice. Let me see here. Look at that. These are just so pretty. Oh, and I was thinking they would look really nice with like bronze beads, or maybe like mixed in with pearls. Look at that. Let me zoom in, because these are just so pretty. Look at that. They kind of look like, what does it say? Iolite. They kind of sort of, I wonder if iolite and Amazonite are like related, because they've got like it kind of sort of looks like a labradorite, but not really. But iolite, it's just so pretty. And I wanted to make, I think this would look really pretty as like a rosary style necklace. What do you think? Wouldn't that look so cool? Oh, with a cross on the bottom. Oh, and here's I mean, like I said, I mean, the pictures that I took didn't do them justice, because I mean, you have to see them like in real life. And then next we have the matte black and gold quartzite 8mm round large hole bead strand. And these are what I'm using in today's project. And these are 17% off. Let's see. And they've got like the perfect size like hole. Let's see. I think it's like 2mm. And the cord that I'm using for today's project is a 1mm wax cotton. And they're matte, so that they're not like, if you're not into the shiny look, these are perfect. And see, Oh, every time I get these, I really like them, and I end up using all of them because they're so, guys, these are like, honestly, the best clasps I've ever seen. And these come with the ring, but you could always use another ring because the in today's project, since the bracelet has like a lot of cords, I used like a bigger ring, but like for this bracelet here, which it was perfect. See that? So this one I was able to use both the clasp and the ring. So beautiful. I think they're my favorite clasps if you ask me. Like they're easy to, they've got everything going. They've got the big hole. They're stainless steel, so that means they don't tarnish. They're big. They're chunky. They're easy. The mechanism's great. A plus. And oh well, let me back up because the product that's actually next is my board, which this is the Knotty-Do-It-All, in case you don't know anything about it. And this is real time. I said, you know what? I'm not going to clean anything up because I just made this bracelet. And it was like fun. I learned a lot because this was supposed to be another customer request, and I was trying it out. And the fun part about it is that I totally bombed the customer request. But I came up with something new, so this will be like a double feature today. Isn't that cool? So hopefully if we finish today's project, which I think we will, I'm going to show you how I did this. This is really interesting. But this is my life. This is real time. Everything, it's fast, it's easy. I mean, prototyping is fun. I always have like my beads. I've got, you know, like I just put like a knitting needle here to hold my cord. It holds my beads, and it's got the ring, a bead and ring size chart. It's just incredible. It's like an extension of you. You just want to do it, and you could just do it really, really fast. And this is our big board, and here we have our little one. And this one is great for travel. And sometimes I use them side by side as a mega board, and sometimes like when I do a multi-strand, which I need to do that someday. I need to do a lesson like how I do sometimes when I do a multi-strand, and then on one of the strands I want to do like a macrame or something different. So I need just like more like space going this way. So it's like really like it's like if you're a jewelry maker, like how you want your life to be, especially if you're working with stringing materials, because you want like the best. You know, you want to, when you want to do something, you want to know that you can do it like fast and easy. And this tool does it. I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, I think it's when you pursue like any kind of hobby, you want to know the ins and the outs, and you know, you want to know that you're doing the best job, the best workmanship. And this tool does it. And I give you all the tips, the tricks. I mean, like just for example, like this is cotton cord, okay? And everybody knows that cotton cord, you know, it'll fall apart if you tried like to finish the ends. However, what I do is I finish the ends with a synthetic cord, because synthetics are extremely strong and they will hold. You can crank them down without them breaking. You know, like let's say for example you're using silk, but you can't do the finishing knot with silk because it will break. But with the synthetic, like the Beadalon thread here, this stuff sticks a landing. So I used it for this bracelet because it holds really, really well. So it's just those kinds of tips and tricks. And you know, I offer like so many lessons on my website and so many different ways to finish the ends, because I get a lot of people saying I can do everything else. I mean, the necklace looks great, but it's finishing the ends. It's a problem for me. And that is my area of expertise, is finishing the ends of stringing material. Boom. And you get the hardware kit, which is you could reconfigure it in a bunch of different ways. It does come with an instructional DVD and an ebook, but everything is available online and it's downloadable. So if you want the lesson and you want to like archive it, make sure and download it. And plus, check out all the past JTV shows, because I offer like just a lot of like different variations and twists and turns on just like everything. Oh, anyway, so that was the Knotty-Do-It-All. It was supposed to be after these beads, but now we're on to the Bead Lawn by Beadalon. Like I mentioned earlier, this cord, I don't know how to explain it, because because I've never used it for like doing like the end, because usually I use like the wax jewelry cord. But I really liked it when I cranked it down. It like boom, it stuck. It was like, trust me, I do this a lot. I felt it. It just like, it was like fantastic. So I would highly recommend it for like a macrame binding knots. In this, you get a set of 2. It's white, gray, and black. As a matter of fact, this is the gray because I used it for this bracelet here. So it's a very versatile. You know, let me see. I'm not sure if it's got wax on it. If for some reason, you know what? I don't think it does. Filament, ideal for micro macrame, bead, crochet, and kumihimo. Okay, it doesn't, but I feel like it kind of sort of does. I don't know. I need to like I'll find out, but it's got something on it that's not stiff. It's not, because some cords have like a starch. This one's not. This one's like, it's like supple. I don't know how to explain it, but Beadalon. Anyway, I think that's everything on the, let's take a look. Yeah, I got everything. Got the Beadalon, the beads, the clasps, get those if you don't have them, and the board if you don't have one of those either. So anyway, those are all the products on today's show. Anyway, we have a full house today. I just want to like thank you guys for joining the show, because if you guys are watching, that means I get to stay on. Anyway, here is our customer show for the week. We've got some like really cool things here. Okay, so first we have Jamie from California, aka Mermaid Moxie. Guys, you can follow her on Instagram. She always has the most beautiful jewelry. And here's a close-up of these beautiful necklaces. Okay, these are like abalone. And I love the second one. It looks like a beach scene with like an eye in the sky. And that's one thing I just love about abalone. You could just like stare at it forever, just to like see, you know, well, you know what I mean. It's just so beautiful. But I just love like the evenly spaced look with those little accent beads, and you know, like the stringy materials. Everything's just so different. You know, there's like cubes and like. I just love them. Just absolutely beautiful. And next we have Christy, Alaska. This was a bracelet from a couple of weeks ago. And one thing Christy always does, and I just absolutely love, is just that little, you know, you follow the beaded thing, and then there's always that little element, that little detail, because it's got the little turquoise bead with the rice shape. I think it's like coral. And then look at the ends. Oh my God, that's so cute. I love it. And plus, I like red. Red is good. I love red. And then next we have Sarah, North Carolina. This was so funny. When she sent me this, I was just dying of laughter. I made the ID bracelet in case I get amnesia. I was like, oh my God, I need to make myself one of those. That is so cute. And this is last week's lesson, and it must have been understandable and easy, because a lot of you guys emailed me and said that it was a great lesson and you really, really liked it. And this looks fantastic, Sarah. And next we have Laura Lee, Florida. Okay, Laura Lee was very excited because she did she was at a venue, and this was her first necklace that sold. It's got like this beautiful brass rose, absolutely gorgeous pearl necklace. It just goes with everything. And of course, you know, Laura Lee is so talented, so we cannot deny that. But it's a beautiful, beautiful necklace, and it looks so pretty with that dress that that girl is wearing, which I loved. And then next we have a Nana Scotland. These are, let's see, handmade polymer clay beads on macrame necklace. That is so cute. Ooh, it's got the little, the spiral macrame. Oh, I love that. And it's got those little clusters of beads. Oh, you know, I like the way it's like the way you have it done in front, like it's like knotted and then it goes into the macrame. Really, really cool. Ooh, and those the polymer clay beads. I like the little loops in them. That is so cool. Nana, you are so talented. You have polymer clay down to like it's unbelievable the things that I've seen you make. Every time I like see one of your pieces with a macrame, I mean the polymer clay, I'm just like astounded because I can't make more. The only thing I can make out of polymer clay is a ball, like a little tiny ball. These are so pretty. And next, oh, Valerie, Oklahoma. Okay, this one is braided, and this one is really cool because one thing I like when I braid, even if like the rest of the necklace is like, it doesn't match or like anything, but one thing that I always try to do is make the front part match. I mean, this entire necklace is like symmetrical, but for some reason, I don't know. I don't even know what to call it, but there's just something that if there's just like something slightly symmetrical about a necklace, it for some reason it just makes it work. I don't know how to explain it. One of these days I'll show you some of my pieces where I can explain that. It's just like these little tiny elements, but this one came out so pretty, Tree of Life, and then it's got the I don't know what, I think that's the wax jewelry cord in the sand, maybe. I don't know. Valerie, I don't know what to use, but it's just so pretty and it came out very, very nice. And next we have Christy, Alaska. Guys, she did it again. Look at this. Oh, the pearls with those chunky red knots. Oh, I love it. And it reminds me of every time I see any necklace or bracelet with like red string, it reminds me of the red string of fate. Look it up. It's really a really cool story. And it just reminds me of that. And it's got look at the pearls. That is like one really cool, that's a very unusual drill for that pearl. I just love it. All the details, it's like got more beads on pearls on one side than the other. And it's just so, so pretty. I love it. The next we have Sarah, North Carolina. Oh, this is that weave from last week, and I love the orange pendant, and then you did like a braided loop, I see, and it's got like the macrame, kind of like a binding knot sort of, very nice. Let's see, it's got like what are those beads? Are they wooden? I think you used something like this, Sarah, one time, and I was wondering what they were because they were so cool. I don't think they're pearls, but they might be. Let me know down in the comments because I want to know. And then next, Nana Scotland. I love this bracelet. It reminds me of one that I made a while back. It's like a wrap bracelet. This says faux leather knotted bead bracelet with button closure. I'm sure like it's like a wrap, but isn't that so cool? I really, really like this bracelet. I wish I could find mine because I remember making it. I remember I loved it. And I think I made mine on like a leather, but it was very, very similar to this. So really, really pretty. And then next we have Jamie, California, AKA Mermaid Moxie. Look at these. If you follow her on Instagram, you'll see that she uses a lot of shells, and I love shells. One of my favorite necklaces is a shell necklace that the shell actually belonged to my grandmother, and it's a very simple necklace, but it's got a shell on it. So I can't. And look at all these. These are so cool. Oh, look at the heart. And then I think I've got a close up here. Let me see. Ah, there it is. Oh my goodness. That the shell on the left, that is intriguing. And do you drill your own shells, Jamie? I'm very curious. I mean, I drill mine, but you know, it's a slow and steady process. But I mean, I enjoy it though. But you know, you have to be slow and you be careful and have water on hand and stuff like that. But well, look at, and then that second shell, that's very interesting. I want to know what those are because I have never seen anything. The third one is pretty. Look at the fourth, and then the that other one with the gold that's so pretty, and the purple. I like that heart, and then the, oh my goodness, this is just, oh, I love it. And next we have Sarah, North Carolina. Ooh, Sarah went to town with the what did I call it? The reef knot, but it's just a fancy way to say square knot. But I mean, this is, you know, the square knot. In case you missed last week's lesson, this is really cool. It's a really cool lesson. And boom, Sarah did it again. Beautiful. And plus, look at the ends there. I want to, oh, I think I can figure it out. I tried doing the little leaf things, but I used waxed cord and it was really, like, it was sticky. So I'm going to try it with like cotton cord. And I think I might be able to do it, but that looks really cool. Sarah, I think you're going to have to do a lesson because just in case I fail, I'm going to like get in touch with you because I like that. That's really cool. Then next we have Nana, Scotland. Oh, look at this bracelet. Oh, and look at the colorful it is. And oh my, look at all the details and knots. And let's see, it says faux leather knotted bead bracelet with button closure. And look at like the little brass. And some of the beads, they look sort of like chevron beads. I really like, you know, these kind of beads are really hard to find because I remember like a while back I found someplace that sold them and then they went out of business and then, you know, I was like sad and I have some, but I don't want to use them because if I use them for one thing, then I can't use them for another. Isn't that like ridiculous, a line of thinking? But I'm sure a lot of you have had that happen where you have some beads that you really like. Leave down in the comments below because I want to know if that's ever happened to you. You have these beads and you want to make something with them, but you don't because then if you do, then you can't make. It's just this vicious cycle. And then last, oh, this beautiful necklace, Sarah, North Carolina. Okay, I'm going to try to see what I'm looking at. Okay, this I'm going to say it is a long necklace that can be tripled, right? Is that right, Sarah? Because I noticed I'm following the string, and it looks like you could wear it long, or you could probably double it, or wear it like tripled. Very beautiful. Ooh, I like those silver beads. Huh. I have not gotten those. I've never seen those. I want those. It's got like the ring and the clasp with the I think it's like a little moose, tiny little moose knots on the end. Very, very beautiful. Anyway, guys, that is our customer show for this week. If you have anything you want to send in, send it to me at knottydoitall@gmail.com. Isn't that true? I want to know how many of you, like, you have like some beads, you don't want to use them because then you can't, oh, it's just awful. It's a vicious cycle. You want to use them for something, but then you're like, if I use them, then I can't use them for that. It's like, then you got to buy more beads and yeah. Anyway, today's project. This one is, it's surprisingly very, very easy. What I'm using here is waxed cotton, and I would have used a lighter color, but I don't have a lighter color of the waxed cotton. So maybe I'll try to like overexpose the camera. And anything else that you need to know? Oh, really important. I do not recommend using any kind of super glue on cotton cord because I kid you not. I mean, you could try it if you want, but just put like a little bit because one time I did that and some chemical that was in the super glue reacted to some chemical that was in the cord and it literally caught fire. Yeah. Believe it or not, it caught fire. It was the craziest thing I ever saw. You would think that it's like super glue is not flammable, but I think when you combine it with other chemicals, it is. So just you get a little bit, dab it on, and try it out. Okay, so for this bracelet, there are two cords. There's the one in the middle, And I cut out 24 inches, and then I folded it in half, and I put a leadered needle on, which is a fishing line with a needle on the end just to help get the beads strung on. So I put 8. But if you need it to be longer, then I mean, and the nice thing about this is the clasp is going to be put on this end. So if you need more, it's really easy to just to add them on. And the macrame cords, you're going to need 3. And I cut 36 inches, and it was barely enough to, like, I think I did 33 inches, and it was barely enough to finish this bracelet. So if I'm going to be using 36 inches for the show, so that way if you need to make it longer, you can. All right. So here are my 3 36-inch strands. So I will get this. And these clasps are really, really nice. If you don't have these, get them before they're gone, because you know how it is. There's something in stock and then it's no longer there. And I think for the, there's so many ways. As a matter of fact, when I was like just sitting here, like getting all this stuff ready, I thought, there's like so many different ways I could do this as opposed to how I did it, because this one here is just a prototype. And gosh, I'll show you how I did this one. It's actually quite interesting. So I folded the loose ends over like this. Let me zoom in. Okay. And let me, I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna boost the exposure just so you guys could see what I'm doing, because the cord is black. And what I did was I just like started like adding these 3 cords, the cords I'm going to be macrameing with. But honestly, I knew that I need to add some kind of adhesive. So for this one, I'm going to add the some GS Hypo Cement. Oh, this stuff is like, oh, here we go again. Okay. They said don't squeeze it, just let it ooze out. But guys, I'm a squeezer. Oh, I can't believe I'm going to do this. Boom. And just be very generous with this. So I'm just going to like get it on top, on the bottom, and in the middle. Those are the 3 places. I mean, just so you got to like any place that the cord that you're going to put on top of it is going to make contact. And the thing about the cotton cord, it kind of absorbs into the cotton, so you want to put a little bit extra. Okay, so I'm going to do this. And while I'm struggling to do this, I'll put this back on. I'm going to answer a question that I saw. The last week's lesson has not been posted, and I think the one before that is not on my website yet, so it will be. I just want you to know that. So let's get that on. Okay, so here is strand number 1. We're going to center it. Remember, it's 36 inches long. And when you do a macrame, you do like a top and a bottom. Whoops. Okay, so you're just going to do the like a top. So you go like it's kind of just like a regular overhand knot, and then you tighten it. And then you do the same thing with your next strand. This, guys, this necklace, I mean, this bracelet's so easy. It's like, it's almost embarrassing. Okay, then you do the same thing. Watch I mess up. Watch I fail miserably. Okay, and then you do the same thing again with the next one. You don't make a complete macrame. You just do 3 overhand knots in a row. It kind of sort of, oh yeah, make sure that they're even before you tighten it down. Just kind of, because right now mine are uneven, so I'm going to scoot it. I should have done that with this one, but I didn't. Oh no. No, it's crooked. Oh, see, I should have done that. Oh, let me see if I can get it off. Hang on. Oh, goodness. Ugh. Come on. Oh, you know what? That thing is stuck. Maybe I'll be able to, let me see. You know what? If I have to add cords, don't do what I just did. You know, okay, that thing's permanently stuck. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to like cut it off and I'll just make a brand new one. But make sure that the ends right here are like centered before you tighten it, because then what's going to happen is you're going to run out of like cord on one side. So let's do this again. Center and hold it this time. Don't be, I can't believe that happened. I'm just going to hold it. Okay. Tighten. And let me cut off another one because I just botched that. Okay. All right. And then, of course, I'd have to put a little more glue, but that's all right. Center, center, and does this make sense so far? Okay, let me, ooh. Nope. Let me scoot it down. Well, it seems like the amount that I scoot down doesn't match. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Okay, so we got our 3. See how I didn't do like a complete macrame, like the top and bottom knot. I just did the top one. Okay, so I'm going to come in and cut these guys off. Cut. And I've got my 8 beads on here and with my leadered needle, so if I need more, I could just like add. You know, every time I say you could add more on, I keep thinking not moron, but more on, M-O-R-E. Like, you know what I'm saying, right? Okay, so what you do is you slide a bead on in the top ones. See that? Not these guys, stay there. And you just bring them over. You know what? Let's do this just so you don't get confused. On the bottom ones, we'll put like 2 knots. Just in case, you know, you lose your way, you know that is the middle. Okay? So here's this one, and then here's this one. Oh my goodness, we got Tess, Beverly, Rhonda, Ella, Michael, Pat. Thank you, Pat. Oh my goodness. We got Jamie, Laura Lee. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for joining the show. So, okay, so we got I'm going to put the little spacers only on the second ones because, you know, I could clearly see that there's enough space between these two that I can differentiate. So you take the first 2, just bring them all over the top and just do like a regular macrame, top and bottom. So there's top and bottom. And then put those aside. And then take the second set and then bring those over and do a top and bottom. So you just do like the regular macrame. Isn't that like super easy? And then you take the third one and then boom, you do the same thing. You know, and I was thinking I don't know, I was thinking like maybe adding beads on the outside and then you slide your next bead down and then you just repeat the steps. You just come over and boom. Make sure that they're the right ones. Because I did this a couple of times and I think the only trouble I had is that occasionally I would like grab the wrong string. So if you have the, this is so cool. Huh. Ooh, it's actually fun. I like this one. And I'm thinking of trying it with like, of course, some different colored cord and some like smaller whole beads. I bet it would look really like cool. Top and bottom. slide down, and is that Sarah, North Carolina, is that is this under I did something wrong. Oh, did I? Oh yeah, see? Ah, yeah. Okay, so top and bottom. You know what I'm wondering also, guys, is how this would look without any beads at all. That might look kind of interesting. Because I'm always, oh, wait a minute, I did something wrong. See, there's a good indication that you did something wrong because these are not supposed to be the first in line. Okay, so let's back up. I mean, this one is just a matter of like, let's see. I guess mostly like watching. Let's see, what did I do wrong? At least this is a very forgiving lesson. Okay, let's number 1, number 2. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Someone mentioned that there was like free shipping today, guys, so don't miss out on that. And oh, another really important thing, it's the end of the month. Check your account because you might have brilliant cash if it's your birthday month or if it's the anniversary of your first purchase. Okay, I did that again. Oh my, whoa, I think it's now, is it that time for the bead? 1. No, that's right. See, it's hard for me to like talk and like do this at the same time. Okay, I'm just gonna like concentrate here. So now I'm grabbing the first set. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. But that's basically it. You just keep track. I think maybe that's the hardest part is like keeping track of your chords, top and bottom, and then top and bottom. Okay. And it's interesting because hopefully I'll have time to, I probably won't be able to make the whole bracelet, but the other like macrame thing that I want to show you, it's interesting because it's got like 2 cords on the outside like this, but it's not like the, oh my goodness, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Why did my cords get mixed up? Okay, something's wrong. Oh, how did I get 2 on one side? That makes no sense. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Well, obviously, this is not as easy as I thought. Okay. Okay, so there's 1. How did 2 of them get on the same? That makes no sense. Okay, I'm going to do this slowly. There's the top ones. I'm going to go back and watch the video after the show because I'm sure I did it right. Top, bottom. I don't know. I just think that something's wrong. Okay, then the second one's right. Yeah. Top and bottom. Okay. And then the third one's over. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Top at, Okay, there we go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a little knot here. Just to let me know that that's number 1. I should have done that the whole time. Okay. Hang on a second. Whoa. I just had like something appear on my screen. Okay, so now this one goes down and number 1. Okay, so those are going to be the last ones. Okay, so let's go. So there we go, top and bottom. You know what I was thinking? This would look really good with like red beads. Number 2. Top and bottom. And another nice thing about that I really liked about this technique is that is that it puts a lot of what no, this one. Yeah, okay, you know what? Putting the knots on the end is a good idea. But I'm gonna switch this out because I accidentally put the number 1 knots on the number 3 cord. Okay, so I'm gonna switch back over, and this is gonna be number 1, and then number 3 I'll leave without anything. Okay, guys, that's the official order of operations. Put a little knot indicating 1, the first cord on top, number 2 for the second, and then just leave the last ones blank because you really don't need to put anything on those. Okay, so top, bottom, and then now number 2. Yep. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot faster. Ooh, and I was thinking this might look good with like 3 colors of cord. And then these 2 should have nothing. Oh, I forgot to take those off. Hang on. Remove. Do you guys know how to make this? Does anyone know how to make this one? I know that we did get like a submission. Yes, one of you guys know how to make it. Because I remember seeing this in a customer show. So there's number 1. Oh, this is going to be so much easier now. Top, bottom, number 2. Nope. Just always make sure that you're putting whatever cord you're macrameing with, they're always going to go over all of your cords. So we're going to do a top and a bottom. And bottom. Whoop. And number 3. Come on. Oh, number 3 doesn't have anything on it. So there we go. I bet if I had used 3 different colors, I wouldn't have gotten so confused. Okay. Oh, it's coming along so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to speed it up here. So number 1. Top, bottom. Number 2. Nope. Yes. Top and bottom. Oh, and then the third one. Number 3 should have nothing, which it doesn't. Okay, perfect. Okay. Where's that one? Yeah. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna, since the cord is kind of getting short, I gotta take some of those knots off. But you know what? I think I can do it. Let's try it out. Because you know, nothing is worse than running out of cord. Oh. Okay, top and bottom. Then I'm gonna take where's these? I have to take these knots off because otherwise I'm not going to be able to get it. So these knots are going out. And for the binding knot on the end, I'm going to use the S-Lon, but you can also use the if you have the wax jewelry cord in the 0.5, that's one of my big favorites. Okay, and then the last one, which is this one. Okay. nice and tight. And then this is the cool part. This is one thing I love about the binding knot. And because there's a lot of cords, it didn't quite fit on the ring that comes with the clasp, but not a big deal because I just used a bigger like ring from my ring stash. Let's see what we got. I think I'll use that one. What did I use on this bracelet? Yeah, that's what I used. And then what you do is you just you feed all the all your cords through. All right, we got everything. Okay, so I don't think I need my leadered needle. And when you remove your leadered needle, when you can, don't cut this part because you can reuse it. And in case you don't know about these, or I've talked about them and you're just like, I don't know about that. These are the best thing because you could string beads onto things that you never thought you could. Aside from the board, which I give it 100%, this is the other 100% that it's the tip of the like stringing industry that you got to know this one, the leadered needle. And even like you could change, let me put this aside. You can change the, it's basically, it's a fishing line with a needle. And the needles that I use are these guys. The John James beading needle, the size 12. In extreme cases where there's little tiny beads, I use like the 15s. But when you use the 15 needle, you're going to need a really thin cord. And what I like to use is hang on, let me see what this stuff is called. It is quilting thread. I guess apparently quilting thread is just extremely thin. Okay, so I'm going to kind of cut these at an angle so I can get all of them through through here. Let me get them up. Okay. Perfect. See, nice thing, the best thing about the binding knot, the macrame binding knot, is even if you have a bunch of strings like this, it will hold it. I kid you not, back in the day before I even like knew anything about my thing was I would make something and just tie it on my body and just wait till it fell off. Because I remember I went to, it was in San Marcos, Texas. It was a place, I believe it was San Marcos, Texas. This really cool store called the Paper Bear. I don't even know if it's there anymore because this was like years ago. And they had beads and I was like so excited. So I bought some beads and I'm like, I have no idea like how I'm even going to like put this on. So I did end up tying the knots, but I had to cut it off if I wanted it off. And if I did, you know how that goes. You tie it on and, oh, it's sad. As a matter of fact, I still have some beads that I bought from there. So you leave about, I don't know the measurement. Okay, more than a fourth, probably about a third. Yeah, less than a third, more than a fourth. I don't know how to explain it. I need to like learn like the metric system. Okay, let's get the this stuff. I'm gonna go with about usually I go like 20, no, at 16 inches. But since I'm gonna macrame and then macrame over my macrame for extra strength, and I'm gonna pretend like I'm putting glue on, maybe I'll put this stuff on. Yeah, let's see. This is I like this too. It's called Maker's Magic. I just put it in a bottle with a little drop. So let's do that. Let's do that. This stuff works really, really well too. As a matter of fact, right now I'm doing an experiment. I made a bracelet with this stuff, and I'm letting it dry. And I'm going to throw it in the washing machine. I'm going to throw it in the dryer. I'm just going to like give it the whole like 9 yards. Okay, this is when you're, did it zoom in? Oh, you know what? I'm going to lower my camera, guys. It's going to look like an earthquake, but brr. Okay. This is really important. Like when you add a ring, like when you make your macrame binding knot, put it like right at the base and then start tightening and just wiggle it down. Just see how it's, because you want it to get as close to the base of the ring as possible. Okay. See that? Perfect. And then you just wrap it around and then tighten. And one nice thing, like I said earlier, the one really cool thing about this what is it called? Belon? I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's the same as Eslon, because Eslon has like a stiffer finish to it. This feels like it's got like a dip. I guess the finishes, they call them STAY, like a stay. I don't know why. Maybe so it like stays looking pretty. Kind of like starch when you go to the store and you buy like a shirt or something. This stuff is cool because it really absorbs, and I think it's going to do a good job. Let me just dab it around. And okay, one time, just for science, I did an experiment. And so I took a piece of glass and I smeared a bunch of this stuff on and let it dry. And then I did the same thing with the GS Hypo cement. And oddly enough, it was really bizarre. They both dried like a thick plastic. So even though they're completely different products chemically, they dried like looking pretty much the same. It was crazy. So they're both supposedly waterproof, I think. Well, okay, something I'm not fitting. Hang on, you know what? I'm going to move this over right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back this way and macrame over the macrame. So that's going to give you a super, super bottom. Oh, I hope the other project is so easy. If I have time to even like show you how to start it, it's very repetitive, and let's see. You know, I'll just like stop there and I will finish this here and make sure to do it really tight. Okay. Should I wait till it dries? You know what? I'm just gonna like cut up these ends and I'm gonna wait to let it dry, and then I'll come back and like melt the ends down. See, so this is a perfect example of combining a natural, which is cotton, with the synthetic, which is the Eslon. So there you have it. It's that easy. And just ignore this part because you guys remember at the beginning of the show that I kind of sort of messed up there. But that's it. That's how you make the herringbone. Okay. And don't forget to get these beads. This is the black matte and gold quartzite, 8mm round. And I think the hole size is probably about 2mm. Okay, so we're gonna do this next one, which is really easy. Okay, so we're gonna I want to like show you this. You take your cord, put your leadered needle. You know what, I'll just use this little piece right here because and then probably 2 36-inch strands. That's how much you'll need for this one. I'm just going to do a few beads. In this one, I pretty much have finished it the same way. So this is like stitch number 2. Okay. And you attach the clasp the same way, like, you know, like before, oops, like I did before at the beginning of the show. But on this one, what you do is you take 2 strands. Let me zoom in. Let me get this one. Oh my God, I got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. This one's really cool. Okay. So you know when you macrame, you do a top and a bottom. So on this one, you do a top like normal. Top. But up with this one, you're going to pretend like it's on there, and you're going to pretend like it's that same cord. But on this one, you're going to do a bottom. Okay, so let's reverse. Bottom, bottom, and over. So that's how you get your 2 cords. Because Sarah had sent me another thing, and I'm like, oh, I know that. I can figure that one out, but I couldn't. But this, I came up with this. So let me go back and... So basically what you do is you do the top knot with the first cord. So there's top, and then the bottom knot with, so there's top and then bottom. If this is like a little bit confusing, guys, I could always do a video. And then you slide your bead down, and this is top and bottom. You slide your bead down, and you just repeat it. And one thing I like about this, I like the way it frames the bead. I could do a little bit tighter. I'm not doing it like too good. Top, bottom. Isn't that cool? And another thing, so I made it, and then I took it apart, and then look how cute you could, if you take it off the thing, you can make like little, I've showed macrame chain before, but look, I made like 2 strands, and I thought, oh my goodness, it would look cute with one of Jamie's like shell pendants. Like if this was like a sand color, wouldn't that be cute with like a little knotted thing? It would look so cute. Ugh. And then you just keep going. Top and bottom. See, it's that easy. And I'm thinking of putting, I didn't try it. I haven't tried it because I just figured this one out like literally like last night at like midnight, but maybe like beads in between would look really cool. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways that this one could go, or maybe like having like beads on all these strands and something here. I don't know. I think it would look really interesting. Okay, so top and bottom. So I guess the trick is when you do the bottom knot, just grab the cords from the bottom, and when you do the top one, just grab them from the top. So it's kind of sort of like the herringbone, but without the bones. Just the herring. I don't know. I want to thank everyone for joining today's show. We got a full house, guys. It's just like, look, I'm looking at my phone, and I just want you guys, I know you guys could see this, but look at this. I mean, it's just like, I appreciate like everyone that's here. Michael, Susanna, oh my God, Gina, like everybody. It's, wow. Tipsy ravens perching above the chamber door. Is that like a, oh, don't tell me. That sounds like so Edgar Allan Poe. So I don't know. Anyway, I think oh my goodness, I guess I was right. Oh, see, I know my literature. No, I don't. Anyway, I think I've got 1 minute left. So if anyone has any questions, because I try to squeeze as much as I can into my show. So I'm gonna just look here to see if anyone is like asking anything. These two bracelets are, oh, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Right. So make them, guys. It's really easy. All you need are some large hole beads. And the one of the bracelets that I made, I used the beads from last week's show. So if you guys ordered them and they've come in, this is a perfect project. I used the 1 millimeter cotton cord. My time is up. I got to go. I will see you guys next Thursday. And in the meantime, please be safe and just make jewelry because I want to see what you guys are making. All right. Bye.